This is my very first cultural activity since I arrived in Nigeria, and it gives me a great pleasure that is on the occasion of the presentation of the project Unpacking the Suitcase.
The project, Unpacking the Suitcase, tells the story of Prince Emmanuel Adewale Oyenuga, a young Nigerian who, in search of greener pastures, moved to Barcelona in the 1960s and was embraced into a loving family.
He brought with himself many of his belongings, art belongings, to Barcelona. And then when he was living there for 4 years, almost 4 years, at the end of the 60s, and before leaving to London, he left a suitcase to my mother, who was an elder woman, and to keep it.
60 years later, Anna Briongos is in Nigeria to tell the story of Prince Oyenuga and his suitcase that contains memories from the past. Anna got the help of a friend, Mr. Azu Nwagbogu, the director at Lagos Photo, who collaborated with Anna to make the search for Prince Adewale Oyenuga or a relative easier.
The suitcase project really started because of my particular interest in the topic of restitution. And the restitution debate is happening on what I call a relic diplomacy level, that is to say, government to government. But really, restitution is about the people. It's about how we relate to objects and how we tell ourselves stories about these objects and how we create a sense of space and heritage and cosmology and cosmogony as well. And ultimately, we want to return the suitcase. But beyond that, as someone interested in visual culture and contemporary history, I think that it's an important learning experience for artists and for curators and for thinkers and for scholars and for historians to begin to use this archive to see how we can rewrite the story of the country and also the story of photography and the continent.
The curator at the Lagos Photos, Asya Yaghmurian, said, "It is not all about the suitcase or just the content. It is more about the value, which seems like it is a message sent to the future."
Every time I look at the content of the suitcase, I have a feeling that someone has carefully prepared a message to the future, for the future generations to learn from, through the other cultures to learn from. So yeah, this is my interest, and my interest is like to find out what we can learn from the suitcase and what were the intentions of the artist who prepared it. Definitely he had no clear plan or whatever, but the way it's done, the respect towards the family history, towards the culture, towards his own existence and artistic career which he pursued in Barcelona, that's what interests me.
Juan Cel, ambassador to Spain, said, "Inasmuch as the project conference is its first cultural activity, it is a sign of better synergy and progress to come between the two countries."
What we plan to do and what we have done in the past, and I plan to continue, is not showcasing the Spanish culture, which is very important, or the Spanish language, for the sake of showcasing our own culture, but to help our art institutions, our cultural institutions, our artists interact with one another. That will be the line of work that the embassy has, as by the way has had in the past.
In the season where artworks are being replaced to their various countries, ethics and morals of restitution have come to play, with Anna finding peace in knowing she has done the right thing by returning the suitcase.